Welcome back to the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. I'm Ernest. We've got my buddy here from Tennessee out, and we're gonna do a diff service. He's in town for an extra day, and was just thinking that he hadn't done a diff service, so we're gonna go ahead and replace his differential fluids. He just pulled up. We're gonna get our pan underneath there, drain those diffs out, and get them refilled. And I'm real excited because we've got those new Valvoline bags in their bags instead of little jars of oil, so you can squeeze them in there. I'll show you what they're like. We'll get under there and get started. All right, we're getting under here under the truck. I just got the drain plug pulled out. On my last video, somebody gave me a little pro tip not to take the fluid out unless you can get the drain plug out. That way you can make sure you refill it. So I'll always take my little brass mallet here because this will deform rather than these hard metals. Tap on it, kind of make sure that it's going to loosen up without stripping. And this one actually popped out pretty easy, so that's loose. I'll just leave it like that for now, and we're gonna go ahead and take all these out and drain the fluid. I don't think there's a drain plug on these. There usually isn't. Some diffs do, and those are the easiest to service, but we got gasket material and lots of fluid, so here we go. Ooh, fast. Yeah, well, the fluid actually looks real clean, but it was low, so. Let's see if this one has a reusable gasket on it. Yes, but we're not going to reuse that. All right. That's nice, makes it easy to clean though. Well, no, that's old. Alright, let's spray that off. Alright, so we had this old gasket, the first layer. It's got two little ribs, and a lot of areas on that pan, water had gotten past the first layer, and you can see that here, and you could see it here as well where rust came down almost all the way. So we're going to go ahead and just use the Right Stuff, some gasket maker. And that's the brand, the Right Stuff. We can get another one of these gaskets, but that gasket maker is going to seal up a lot more evenly around here, and we're not going to get water coming in and causing more rust. I had to sand down that pan a little bit on the edges where rust had built up and thickened up. So yeah, we're just going to use a RTV, a form of gasket on here called the Right Stuff by Permatex. That's a really good brand, and that'll help seal this up a bit better. And then we've got this all cleaned up. We're going to go ahead and slap that on there and get it filled up. And I took the pan out, or I took the plug out. Oh, I think I may have already said that. Did I say that? Just in case. And I made sure the plug would come loose first. That was a good tip somebody gave me last time. There's a little rubber gasket for that plug. And here we go. Here's our pan, nice and clean. The fluid was actually pretty clean in there. But here we go, we'll get this pan on. Get her bolted up. All right, here we are up front. That gasket in the back is setting up. And I'm gonna grab my wrench. We'll tap on this plug a little bit. It's a little bit more obstructed up here. Just tapping on that plug, try and knock it loose, give us the best chance of getting that off in one shot. And here we go. Yeah, there's like a little pine needle or something on my pants when I rolled over, stabbed me in the eye. Come on. Oh, there it goes. He's got this steering arm in the way, but that's it. That's loose enough. We can go ahead and crack everything else loose here. Alright, so we got this pan on the front here, same deal with the gasket. We're going to ditch that gasket that caused quite a bit of rust under this one as well, nowhere near as much as in the back, and use this the right stuff on here. That'll help seal it up a little bit better, again all over. And we're going to move to the back and fill it up now. It's been probably about 45 minutes, so that should be setting up. We're going to tighten it down and then go ahead and top her off with some fluid, and then we'll move back up here up front here in a little bit. Alright, we're just getting these tightened down here. Starting to set up a little bit on these gaskets. This gasket material is starting to set up a little bit. Oh, that's good. We got a full level fluid level indicator here. I thought it was a little bit low earlier, but that looks like it might be about right. I thought typically the fill hole here is its like home level indicator. You fill it up till it starts pouring out. This one said 2 liters for the service interval. That should be just about right. Not about right, that should be exactly right. And yeah, so that makes sense. This is the last bolt here, tightened down. Bingo. Here's what I'm excited about. Check these out. This is like good for like, especially on smaller vehicles, whenever you have no room, you know, you're like sticking something in there trying to fill it up. And I'm gonna like lose this cap in there. That would be bad. Give you a ton of room. Oh, spill a little bit there. These are like 930 milliliters, so it's just under a liter. And 946. So we'll add a little bit more on top of the 2 that we're gonna put in, so that it's 2 liters complete. And that'll do it. All right, and then just a little bit more. I'm talking about 100 milliliters more, so just a squirt. But overall diff condition, super good shape. I was surprised at how clean that oil was. All right, that ought to do it. You add too much, it can get aerated. You add too little, and it won't lubricate enough. So make sure you add that amount just right. I wish I had another one of these rubber washers here. I didn't realize it was gonna have a rubber washer on there to seal that up, but we'll clean this up and put it in and we'll be done back here. And I can actually check that fluid level. Should be touching it right there. Just touching it. Let's give it a little bit more. There we go, that's perfect. And thank you to whoever sent me these gloves. There was no name in the package. I really appreciate it. All right, we'll get this tightened down. Here we go. Doesn't have to be over tight. That's a mistake a lot of people make, is over tightening things, and that's good to go. We'll do the front here in just a few minutes once that gasket starts to set up. All right, I just got. All right, I just got the pan tightened down here. The gasket setting up, and we're gonna go ahead and fill it up. Put that rubber gasket on there. Make sure to keep that. There we go. And this one's nice. This is when these bags come in handy, because I've got to get around this steer bar here. Get it in that fill hole. There it goes. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's a job well done. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode.